Hey guys, excuse me, I'm a little bit sick, but I saw some changes came out today alongside the tier sets, and I wanted to go over them because they're pretty big changes for Shaman. So here are some updates they did to 10.1 that's coming out soon. As you can see, there's a few changes. There's some class changes down here. Shadow is getting a rework. And then here's some shaman stuff. So Flame Shock's dispel protection from control of lava is now baseline part of Flame Shock, which is really good because having to spec into so many things around Flame Shock just felt really terrible. So them making the dispel protection part of Flame Shock's core ability is very nice, but I think the dispel protection still isn't strong enough. Either that, or I feel like they should add like another charge of Flame Shock, or maybe not give it a cooldown, or there's a few options they have, but I feel like what we have right now for Flame Shock feels kind of bad, because if you get like 3 Flame Shocks up and then you're fighting a Mistweaver and he just Peace Weavers it every fucking, I don't know what it is, 30 seconds or something, it just feels like shit. You spend all this time getting Flame Shocks out to do your damage because that's the only way you can do damage, and then it just constantly gets dispelled. It just feels bad. So I feel like a little bit more should be done, but this is nice to see. And now we can see there's some PvP changes. Again, Priest is going to be getting a lot of changes because they're getting reworked. But here are the elemental changes, and they're pretty big changes. So, your Stormkeeper increases your lightning bolt damage by 30%, was 115. So that's an 85% nerf. That's a massive nerf. They do compensate for it, which I will show in a second, but I want to go over all of them first and then kind of discuss everything because they're kind of all related to each other. Casting Lightning Bolt with Surge of Power causes 1 additional elemental overload in PvP, was 2. So this is pretty bad. This is a pretty big nerf. Having that extra Lightning Bolt that does like, even if it's 20,000, but you get 2 of them, so that's like an extra 40,000 damage. That could make or break a kill window. This is pretty substantial. Lightning bolt damage increased by 53%. So you can already kind of see what they're doing just based off this one alone, is they're increasing lightning bolt's base damage and nerfing it through the burst. Okay, we'll continue, but I want to go over all this after. So they removed the control of lava PvP talent and replaced it with a new one called Volcanic Surge. This increases the damage of her lightning bolt, chain lightning, and lava burst by 20%. So the interesting thing about this is that if you add up all these numbers, so 20%, 53%, that's like 73%. So we're getting nerfed by 85% plus the overload, and we're getting 73% back. So that's a pretty substantial nerf, pretty massive. And again, they don't compensate for it. So we're getting our damage nerfed, and they're not compensating for it. And that's not even all of it. So then Lava Surge reduces the cast time of your Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, or Lava Burst by 25%, stacking up to 2 times. So they're trying to get Elemental to do more hard casting, which is exactly what I didn't want to happen. Because the only thing that made Elemental like viable right now was our damage, but it wasn't even just necessarily the damage, it was the ability to do the damage. So the only reason we were able to do that much damage was because a lot of our damage was instant cast. Even if they buffed our damage but made it through hard casting, it would be an overall nerf, because now we're never going to be able to cast anything. We're the class with the least amount of defensives and the most amount of global cooldowns. Our utility is killable. We're always trained every single game, and now they're trying to make us hardcast. This is going to be insanely difficult. And I don't like these changes, to be honest. So another thing to note too is that there are some changes between the PvP talents besides like the modifiers that they have. So in the control of lava that we have now, Flame Shock occurs 15% more often, and then it has the dispel protection. So they're adding in the dispel protection word for word, so it's exactly the same for that, but we're losing out on 15% Flame Shock haste basically. And now it's increasing the damage of lightning bolt, chain lightning, lava burst by 20%. So the weird thing here is now we're going to be getting 20% additional lava burst damage, which is interesting because lava burst and flame shock were our highest hitting abilities, and they're buffing that again. Like I feel like the areas that they're trying to do all these rearrangements just isn't working out how they intend them. I get what they're going for, but it's just not going to work. I don't understand why they think this is going to work, because I don't think it's going to. Now, Lava Surge instead reduces the cast time of your abilities by 50%, stacking up to 2 times. So they nerfed Flame Shock Haste by 15%, because this is gone now. So Flame Shocks tick less, and your Lava Surge procs off of your Flame Shock ticks. So if your Flame Shock ticks are ticking less often, you're getting less Lava Surges. Now our Lava Surges don't give us instant cast if we want to run this build, which I'm going to talk about next. If we want to run Volcanic Surge, now we're not going to be getting any instant cast Lava Bursts, but the Lava Burst damage will be increased. The cast time will be reduced, so it won't be instant, but it'll be fast. But I just don't think it's going to be worth it. And the interesting thing is that they're trying to buff the lightning bolt stuff through this, but it doesn't add up to the same. So then the lightning bolt damage is also a lot less. So then I don't even think you want to run Stormkeeper anymore. So honestly, I think the Ice Fury build is just going to be dominant here. Yeah, so our Stormkeeper burst is just going to be nerfed now. So we're missing 85% damage plus 73. So that's 12. We're getting a 12% nerf. We're getting 1 elemental overload nerf. So that's I don't know what a percentage would be, but maybe like 15% maybe. So like 28% nerf. Yeah, I just don't think it's gonna be worth it. Why would I do all this now and not just run with the Ice Fury build? The Ice Fury build doesn't, like, none of this matters, but I get a free lightning bolt buff. This doesn't matter anymore because now I don't use Stormkeeper. This doesn't matter. If I take Volcanic Surge, I could get, I mean, you could take Volcanic Surge with the Ice Fury build. That might be something interesting to do. But there's like literally no reason to run Stormkeeper now. They finally made it so Ice Fury and Stormkeeper were like at the same level competing, and then they keep fucking up one side of it. Like, I don't understand why they don't just leave it alone. It was perfectly fine. And like, these aren't our issues. Our issues aren't the damage or the mod. Like, the issue are the modifiers, first of all. If you're going to talk about the damage, it's not just nerfing Stormkeeper. Like, that's not the problem. It's the modifiers for the damage. Like this Surge of Power. Like, in order to do your max damage, you have to make sure you cast an Earthshock. In order to get Earthshock, you have to build up Maelstrom. It's like that kind of shit that leads to all this massive damage bloat. But our problem wasn't even our damage. It's other stuff like our survivability and our utility being killed all the time. Those are the issues. It's not this shit. So I don't understand why they keep doing this. Meanwhile, priests are getting their 15th rework. Rep paladins are getting reworked. And then Enhance is just fucking... Enhance is so far in the ground. I would love to see some statistics on it. Last time I checked, they were like the 2nd least played class in Solo Shuffle or something like that. Or spec. But the difference between that is Enhance is Shaman's only melee spec. Meanwhile, like the lowest one was like a rogue spec or something, like Outlaw. But that doesn't matter because Sub and Assassination have both been like S tier the entire fucking season. Whereas Enhance has been dog shit the entire season. Elemental was good, but they keep fucking it up. And now it's getting worse and worse and worse. So, yeah, I don't know. I think these changes are pretty bad. This Volcanic Surge might be interesting to use with Ice Fury. I'm especially since it's built around cast time, so maybe if you run Ice Fury with Splintered Elements, now you have your instant Frost Shocks to rely on, but your Lava Surges will be faster, and it'll be faster with your haste from your splintered elements and your primordial surge. So might be interesting, but the second part of this video, I want to go over the tier sets. So I read this, and this made me really frustrated. Because now take everything I just said in that first part of the video, and now just keep in your mind, oh, the 2-set bonus, we get Stormkeeper every 40 seconds now. So now they're like forcing you into Stormkeeper with the fucking tier set. And then the 4-set bonus gets even better. For 8 seconds after you consume Stormkeeper, your Lightning Bolt, Lava Burst, Ice Fury, and Frost Shock generate 100% more Maelstrom. Cool. And your Chain Lightning, Lava Beam, and Earthquake critical strike damage is increased by 20%. When do I ever use any of these 3 abilities in PvP? This set bonus was completely disregarding PvP for Elemental. Just absolute fucking dog shit. If they don't change this, Elemental is gonna be like F tier with enhancement. I swear to God, because every other class is gonna be getting some crazy ass shit, and this Elemental set bonus really is making me upset. I'm not really sure what to do with that, because in order to get all of the Lightning Bolt damage back, you'd have to take Volcanic Surge. But I don't know. Is there a situation where you wouldn't want to take Volcanic Surge with Stormkeeper? Probably not. So I don't know. We might just be forced into more hard casting, which really sucks. But I mean, again, it wouldn't be such a big deal if they compensated for it. So we have to do a little bit more hard casting. That's fine. Like I would be willing to compensate a little bit more hard casting, not a lot, just a little bit more, like what's going on here, if we got compensated with some like more defensives or something, or some better utility, like a rework with our totem system. I don't know, but this just seems like dog shit to me. I don't like these changes. I think I know their intentions, but I don't think they're implementing them correctly. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I think I'm just going to be running Ice Fury. Maybe trying out some Volcanic Surge with Ice Fury, since we already get so many instant cast Frost Shocks and stuff. But it would also be interesting if Lava Surge reduced the cast time of your Ice Fury as well. So I think that's another thing they need to look at deeper, is implementing more abilities into these modifiers, which, again, modifiers are a problem, but let's go ahead and add more. And same thing here. Like if they made this also have Earth Shock critical strike damage, this would be fucking insane. But that's not what's here so far. So hopefully we'll see some changes before 10.1. But so far, I'm not really liking these. Let me know what you guys think. And if anything else comes out, I'll let you guys know. But let me know if I missed anything. And definitely let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. And I'll see you guys later.